Let me just preface everything I'm about to say and present to you by letting you know that it's gonna get better. It's going to get much worse in the short term, but it's gonna get better. I'm not a doom and gloom talking head. That being said, and I know I'm not the only one here, but have you noticed how all of the people who claim that they're perpetually oppressed have become the oppressors? Hey everybody, I'm MRC-TV's Nick Kangadis, your resident man in black, and I'm back for another installment of Things That Need to Be Said. The show's so dangerous, the big tech oligarchs only allow about 8% of the audience to actually see it. Really quick, I just want to remind you to subscribe to our channel on Rumble, which seems the most open platform for us. Now, on with the show. As I asked at the top, does it seem to you as if the people who always claim oppression are now the ones oppressing everyone else? Even though I know a lot of you watching this already know that to a degree, my goal is to arm you with factual information on this. So, here we go. For over a century, the establishment media has played defense for criminals and disingenuous activists. Just look at how they covered for the riots during the summer of Floyd.
It is not generally speaking unruly, but fires have been started and
First thing I want to make perfectly clear, this has been almost entirely peaceful. In fact, completely peaceful.
It's been a mostly peaceful protest, but then they chose to move in.
Many of these protests have been largely peaceful.
Mostly peaceful.
Mostly peaceful.
Mostly peaceful.
Oh boy, oh boy.
They're lying. And they know they're lying. It's what they're good at, probably better than anyone else in the country. And there's a word for it. It's called propaganda. But in this case, the media are just the defense for the team, while the oppressed do the rest of the work playing offense by feigning offense at pretty much everything. Just take a look at the recent examples. Netflix employees are staging a walkout on Wednesday in support of the oppressed alphabet mafia, specifically the T's, over a Dave Chappelle stand-up comedy special they either didn't watch or don't understand because, and you have to remember this, it's not about the context, it's about the cause. Woke, non-binary, out of her freaking mind, I don't know, person, Demi Lovato, says we shouldn't use the term alien anymore because quote-unquote aliens is a derogatory term for anything. But she was referring to actual aliens, which we don't even know for sure even exist, so I guess we shouldn't offend possibly fictional beings anymore. ESPN host Sage Steele was suspended from her job and essentially canceled for recounting what she said during appearances on The View during the Obama administration in a recent podcast interview. She recalled one interaction when she was on The View when she pointed out that former President Barack Obama identifies as black despite being raised by his white mother and grandmother, which is true. So ESPN suspended her for recounting something she said a decade ago. And how about the recent memo sent out by U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland directing the FBI to investigate parents who are upset with school boards and confront them at meetings about their indoctrination strategies? That came a few months after a Loudoun County, Virginia father was physically and violently removed from a June school board meeting after displaying his outrage after an activist denied his wife's claim that their daughter was sexually assaulted by a quote-unquote biological male wearing a skirt in a bathroom. The officials initially denied the criminal act before the suspect allegedly sexually assaulted another girl at another school. They couldn't deny it any longer. It seems that those that claim they're oppressed constantly get the benefit of the doubt. The doubt they claim, they're always denied. Whenever anyone says anything the oppression mob doesn't like, they're targeted on social media and sometimes in real life, attempting to erase those they don't like out of existence while they face little to no repercussions for their own actions. Just look at how Senator Kyrsten Sinema was targeted by illegal immigrant activists in a public bathroom.
We need solutions. The Build Back Better plan has the solutions that we need.
We knocked on doors for you to get you elected, and just how we got you elected, we can get you out of office if you don't support what you promised us.
Red State reported that according to Arizona Law 13-3019, quote, A, it is unlawful for any person to knowingly photograph, videotape, film, digitally record, or by any other means secretly view with or without a device another person without that person's consent under either of the following circumstances. And we're only going to list one here because it's the only one that matters in this case. 1, in a restroom, bathroom, locker room, bedroom, or other location where the person has a reasonable expectation of privacy and the person is urinating, defecating, dressing, undressing, nude, or involved in sexual intercourse or sexual contact, unquote. And then, look at how Beijing Biden excused the criminal behavior.
Do you think that those tactics are crossing a line?
I don't think they're appropriate tactics, but it happens to everybody. From the only people it doesn't happen to are people who have Secret Service standing around them. It's part of the process.
But that's not all. If the alphabet mafia, who seem to have taken control of the oppression Olympics, are so vilified, are so held in contempt in society simply for existing as they claim, then why is it that basically every big corporation goes rainbow every June? If they're so oppressed, then how did a trans woman just become the first female 4-star admiral? Yeah, the Washington Post even gave Rachel Levine the honor of being the first woman to receive that designation, despite no military experience. And if those who have led the Black Lives Matter organization are so oppressed, then how is it that one of the co-founders, Patrisse Cullors, of that communist organization, was just appointed as a Los Angeles County Commissioner? Now, a trained Marxist will, quote unquote, serve on behalf of the 2 million residents of the 2nd District. But even after saying all that I just listed for you, there is hope. Why? Because these are not particularly bright people. All they know is activism and how to be professional complainers. They're doers in the sense that they know how to organize and bitch, but they don't know much else. Political commentator Michael Malice put it really well in a recent interview he did with the Blaze founder, Glenn Beck.
I am so certain that we're going to win, it's not even funny. Because look who we're up against. These aren't impressive people.
I know.
How can you look at AOC and think that she's an insurmountable foe? How can you look at Don Lemon and say, you know what, I can't win against this guy. He's just too smart and powerful. It's so bizarre.
So while we should understand that this kind of insanity isn't going away in the short term, we should also understand that they're ramping up their oppression of others so fervently because they know they are fighting a losing battle. So don't fret, my friends. True freedom will reign when we remove the shackles that the government, the establishment media, celebrities, athletes, other communist countries, activists, and social media have placed upon us. Be free. Don't comply with their game. So, am I off my rocker here? Was this the video where you think I've lost my mind, or were these things that needed to be said? Let me know in the comments, where I do read most and reply to some. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel on Rumble. If you like this video, don't forget to share, comment, and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and share, like, and comment on the social media of your choice. Be sure to check out more of our work at MRCTV.org. For MRC TV, I'm Nick Kangadis.